feels like there's almost a play from Saudi to do what maybe Eddiehearn wanted to do and trying to eliminate some of the governing bodies.
If you're on that car, it's like you won the Golden Walker ticket.
Like Hrgović, he's out now. It looks like he's out. What happens to him?
Frankwarren is trying to future-proof his earnings.
Shut up and let us make our money, and we'll call you back later on. It's all hush, man.
My one dream was to go see, like, say, AJ fight.
Yeah.
And he said, I can't see me doing it now. I'm too old to get on a plane.
What happens when they get bored boxing?
The boxing was the 14th.
14th.
There is a lot of reason. There is a lot of problem of the promoter. They doesn't want to do the strongest fight because it costs a lot. Some fighter doesn't want to do the strongest fight.
Yeah.
And there is 4 company, 4 belt.
So many problems.
So many problems, you know. And this is we'll wait for them after the result of the fight in the 8th of March. Thank you, everybody.
What's your response to some of the promoters, like Oscar De La Hoya, saying that some fights he's not sure should go to Saudi Arabia?
We will miss him.
Welcome to another episode of Bloodlust Boxing. I'm Sav.
I'm Baz.
And I'm Eric Lamps.
Eric. And today's episode is the governing bodies in danger of collapse with this Saudi takeover. We discuss on today's episode. Let's get to it. Welcome back to our esteemed guest, Eric. It's been a while, Eric. How's it going?
It's been a long time. Happy New Year, guys. It's been
Happy
a
New
very
Year.
long
Happy
time.
New Year.
All good.
Yeah, it's all
good.
good.
Glad to
It's
see that you guys are keeping well.
The plan is to lose 2 stone this year.
6-pack this year.
Two
I'm going to get a 6-pack, maybe 2026. That's my aim, man.
Gonna
6-pack, man.
get that.
1 year, 1 pack, yeah?
There you go.
That Ronaldo 6-pack. But yeah, let's get to it. Let's get to why everyone's here today. With the announcement of AJ versus NGANNOU, what's your first thoughts? I'll throw it over to our guest on this episode, Eric.
I think it's good. I think it's a nice sort of like warm-up bar fight, I reckon, for Joshua.
Bar fight.
Yeah.
I still...
No, but if you think about it, right, yeah, it's like if he fights Ngannou, if he wins, yeah, you're supposed to win. If he loses, I don't think it's gonna make a massive stain on his record at all, really. Okay,
Really?
I don't think so. I fought with Joshua now. I feel like Joshua's done enough now to accept a loss. Like he's back in the public eye again. He's back to playing the good guy, Mr.
But to a non-boxer though.
But yeah, you know what? Could you know what? It doesn't count. I don't think it counts. I don't think it's gonna.
Do you think the Fury fight done enough for him that it counts now?
I think so. I think because if you got to think of people put Fury in this upper echelon of boxing eliteness and greatness, and you've got Ngannou who I still feel beat Fury. If he beats Joshua, it's like yeah, but he's beaten the best of them anyway. Like I don't think it's like it's a safe bet for Joshua. If he wins, you're supposed to win. If you lose, yeah, but it's the guy that won the hardest punches in MMA.
But then
His record is not really.
Will the public? I don't know if the public will be as forgiving because you saw the hatred almost from some boxing fans when well, I mean, 2 things really. When the fight was announced between Tyson Fury and Ngannou, and secondly, when he almost got knocked out by him, and as you said, you think he lost that fight. So
here's my thing, right? Here's my take on it.
Boxing purists, like they're going to be saying, well, anyone can just walk into this. But anyway, go and say your thing.
Here's my thing, right? Yeah, all Joshua's got to do, he's just got to do enough. Don't get knocked down.
Yeah,
and don't look silly. And he'll win. I think again, going back to my thoughts at times, what I think of boxing, I think it's not A1 down the middle at times. If you know what I mean, read between the lines. All he's got to do is just stay in the fight and not knock down, and he'll win regardless. Because again, the boxing committee don't want to make a mockery out of boxing. And let's take KSI and the other dude, his little brother, Tommy Fury, yeah? Again, controversial, yeah? But do you really want to see a YouTuber, win against a professional boxer? It looks bad. It looks bad in the sport, So it's a similar situation with Ngannou and Fury, same thing. It looks bad in the sport. So all he needs to do is just stay in the fight. And I think he's won. I think it's fair.
I don't know if you saw a press conference or some of the press conference snippets, but Turki Al-Sheikh seems to quite like Ngannou. It seems like there's a bit of a romance there, a little bit from some of the comments. So it could be a thing of maybe there's a little little old bait and switch there. We're all being teed up as if this is set up for AJ to beat Ngannou and fly and go and fight Fury. But what if it's a reversal and actually? But then who wants to see Tyson Fury versus Ngannou again, or Usyk versus Ngannou?
We don't want to see that.
Nah.
We don't want to see Usyk against Ngannou. We don't. To be fair, I'm happy for Ngannou. And what I mean by that, MMA fighter, a good fighter, you know, comes from humble beginnings. He earned more in that fight that he probably earned his MMA career, like half of it. You know, I mean, he made a good bag, a great bag. And then even when he so-called lost, he was humble about it. He didn't like go off the rail, start, you know, slating off the press or slating off boxing committee as it is a boxer. He just said, look, thank you for the opportunity. And I thought I won. I keep it moving. Like, he's put himself in a position where he can earn money respectfully. And he's just a genuine nice guy, it seems, you know. He's a genuine nice guy, you know. So
and is that gonna be a problem for AJ? Because me and Baz have had conversations about this privately, and AJ struggled against nice guys. Because we saw it.
I agree.
We saw it with Ruiz. We saw it with Usyk. When every time AJ's done well, it's been when there's been a little bit of beef. Like, that's why when Otto Wallin started piping up a bit, I thought, actually, we're going to see the old AJ here. He's going to come back into the frame. We saw it with Pulev as well. He was having a little bit of beef with AJ.
He wasn't happy with Pulev.
Charles Martin. Even if, again, going further back, you got Parker when he fought AJ. Nice guy, Parker. And AJ struggled against Parker. So
he took him to the round. Here's
the curse of the nice guy.
It's not just that. I think the curse comes from when AJ, when the opponent says, AJ, can I just wear your belts? Can I parade your belts?
Let me touch it.
Look at Louise, like, and Louise, right? Oh, AJ, can I pose your belts? Yeah, sure, take my belts. He literally took the belts and robbed him. He literally robbed him. Same for Usyk, I'm coming to get you. Playing these games with Usyk. Oh, Usyk's like, let me hold your belt. And I mean, it's all fun and games. And like, AJ the boxer, it's like he needs to bring the dog out.
He needs to get G'd up.
The dog has to come out of him. Yeah, you have to wire him up. You have to rattle him. If I was Eddiehearn, I'll be in his ear, be like, mate, who was said about your mum? Well, I would never have it.
What they'll have to do is get Miller out of jail, fly him in. You know, I mean, I'm sure the Saudis can give him a good lawyer. Get
Miller out here and get
making part of his PR team.
Dylan White to say stuff about him. That's fine.
Dylan White's out, isn't he? But no, I think we need to see AJ. He needs a little bit of spite to get him going.
He does. He does.
I mean, going back to the theory, like, this is something that I've been thinking of, and I've been thinking about it for a little while. It feels like there's almost a play from Saudi to do what maybe Eddiehearn wanted to do and trying to eliminate some of the government bodies, because they're trying to set up these undisputed fights, and it's almost like here's an extra zero, make the fight happen, and it's almost like a forward investment. We saw again today on the press conference that they've brought out a new belt. I believe it's a new belt. I didn't see anything. I didn't see any WBC on there or anything like that. But the winner gets this belt, a Saudi belt. And is it a case of now they're actually like, you know what? If we do these undisputed fights in each weight category, let's get the heavyweights done first. You don't need the governing bodies, because you look at, we all thought Hrgović was going to be fighting AJ down the line. And then the winner fights Fury or Usyk. But now it appears as though that rematch that was meant to be there with Usyk and Fury has just disappeared, and the winner gets the winner of AJ and Ngannou. Like, am I mad? Am I seeing something like crazy?
No, I think you're right in what you're saying. But here's the thing about the governing board, right? There's just so much money in Saudi. You just can't compete with them.
Do you think they're bending to the Saudis just to get the payday? Like,
absolutely. Think about it, right? Yeah, some of these guys, I can fight one fight a year. I'm good. Some boxers have got to fight like 3 or 4 fights a year to get to a certain salary, get to a certain wage. This Riyadh season, what's going on right now? If you're on that car, it's like you won the golden Walker ticket. You know what I mean? You won the golden ticket.
It's true.
That is it. So I think it's going to get to, like, let's be honest. The Riyadh season was able to get Jarrell Miller on a card. I thought he was washed up.
That was crazy, isn't it?
he's never going to box again. They probably thought he's never going to box again. You know, a drug cheat, allegedly. But somehow they got him on.
Yeah.
And he got on a card. And he got a payday. So I say that to say this. He hasn't probably boxed properly in probably about 2 years. Like a proper competitive fight. He got a payday. He's gone jail. Maybe, okay, a bit different. He can't spend the money in jail. But he got a payday. He got a payday. Probably,
to be fair, he probably would have been on another card as well if he hadn't got arrested.
I was saying that. You know what? I thought the same thing because, like, boxing it's a little bit like WWE at times, right? And I don't mean it because it's fake. I mean because you need the characters, you need the heel, you need the hero, you need you need a villain, you need.
True. There needs to be a story.
Exactly. You got to bake that story. Then you got Jarrell Miller. Let's be honest, right? As much as you can say what you want about him, you know, drug cheat, whatnot. He was fighting against someone's personality, which is not. He can't sell fights with his personality.
Yeah.
He sold the fight in between. I can't hear you by the way, Sam.
Turn the mic off. There you go. Yeah, so you've got it back. I'm back. Yeah, he sold the whole card, didn't he? Whole Riyadh.
He did. He sold the card. Even the little, like, you can call it like, if you treat it like an album. Yeah, I'm thinking about using this theory before. You got an album, and on that album you got like bangers. You don't want fillers. You want a bangers. You want a great card. But what Miller did was like skits interludes, and in skits interludes, like they were the parts where you'll see Miller in the corridor, you'll see AJ be like, oh yeah, you know, you're this, you're that, you know, you're the P word. I don't want you guys to get demonetized here, so I won't say that. You know, you're this, you're that, and then like you really rattled AJ, and I'm like, you know what? I want to see this, and I wouldn't mind seeing Jarrell Miller and AJ again. Like, he really sold the card. I think you need that. Say what you want. It's the same thing with Dillian White. He sells the card. Like, as much as I'm warming towards Parker because he's a nice guy now, but let's be honest, he turned his life around, which is a great story. He was in the mud, but now he's coming back, you know, out of woodworks, and people want to see him fight. But he's not going to sell a fight though, like how some of the other trash talks sell a fight. It's like Conor McGregor. These guys, you need these characters. They sell fights. You need that.
It's true. But I mean, going back to the fact that what happens to those guys, and maybe one for Baz as well, like Hrgović, he's out now. It looks like he's out. What happens to him? What happens to the guys and girls? There ain't no girls on these cards, but they fight the fights, build themselves up to get to that point where they're meant to fight for their belt. Because now Hrgović, like he was, you got to feel sorry for him
for
a long time.
You got to feel sorry for him.
Wait, now, sorry to interject, man. I want to pick up problem, but this is about before I get the point. Yeah, you can't feel sorry for him because it's almost like, I'll keep you quiet. Here's an extra 0 for now.
But that's honestly, what I think is going on in the background.
It's like he's probably sitting and saying, you know, I'm number one contender. You know, I fought XYZ. I'm next to Alex. Hey, black, chill. Take this 0 and shut up and let us make our money, and we'll pull you back later on. It's all hush money. So then if someone says, so then you start balancing ambition and money. Like, do I want to be?
This is it. Your legacy go down the pan, isn't it?
Where's the legacy at? I didn't actually think about that because, as you're right, there is probably some element of a payoff in the background. The only way they're getting the go ahead with this. And so is it he's selling himself
piping
short
up the whole time before all this Saudi money came into play. He was piping up about not getting his shot. So where's that getting upset now? Like, I'm not hearing it.
Yeah.
And that's when the money comes in.
Yeah.
But also bear in mind as well, how many announcements have we had so far? We've had 2, right?
What's that?
This is the first conference today.
But in terms of like fights that are going to be on this card, it's so
right. So we only know it almost sounds AJ definite that Parker versus Zhang. So
Parker versus Zhang.
Again, there's been a lot of stuff said about Zhang versus AJ not happening. Like I think that would have been a nightmare fight for AJ.
Absolutely.
And why would you want to risk that?
It's risky. It's too risky. It's too risky. It's going to sit you down the pecking order.
But then some will say, well, he's not fighting Zhang. Why is he not fighting Zhang? Zhang beat Joyce. He should fight Zhang. Why is NGANNOU jumped up?
We might look. Like I said, we've only had 2 real announcements, right? Yeah, we still haven't heard of. Like I said, Joyce. Joyce hasn't fought for a while.
I think he'll be fighting on the Fury.
Joyce.
He might.
Yeah, that's true.
No, but again,
you know what? I secretly think there's an issue there with Joe Joyce and Frankwarren, because you don't see it the way Dubois has been managed back, and he had the title shot with Usyk. He got a good payday against Miller. He had the loss to Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce had one. Well, he had the loss to Zhang, but where is he? He's not getting on these cards at the moment, is he?
You got to remember. I reckon
there's an issue there.
Frank Warren's trying to future-proof his earnings. Because
Joyce
is getting old now.
It's
Joyce
true,
is like,
guess,
what?
yeah.
Like, is he like 39, 38 now?
Yeah, it's 38, 39. I've got a feeling that we're going to see Joe Joyce on one of these cards, you know.
I don't know. I know what you're saying, Sav, but Joyce is like, it's a tough one. It's the tough one because you can't, it'd be a struggle to see him progress and actually improve as a fighter. As much as I love Joyce, he hasn't really got the age to change.
Yeah, but
what about Zhang,
you see how it is, like a couple of fights and you're back in the frame, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at Parker. Look at Parker. Like I thought
Parker's young though still.
I thought Parker was done, and somehow he's been maneuvered into this position. I mean, he's done it through hard work and winning fights.
Yeah.
But now they're talking about him getting, a big fight. So
Here's
if he did it with Parker,
go on. About boxing, my thing about boxing, right? It's like you got two ways of playing it. Yeah? If you're out inactive for so long, people start forgetting about you, and people start forgetting about what you did in the past. And it's like, what have you done for me lately? Mentality kicks in. But then you got someone like Parker, who's fought 4 times last year. Not big dangerous fights, but he's been active.
Yeah.
So it's like, hang on now, this is a guy that's been active. Let's lean into this guy a bit more, find out what this guy's is about, because he's winning fights.
Yeah.
Maybe not be like prestigious names, but he's been active and winning fights. So now that's almost like, well, you're winning fights, you're active, come on this card. But you got some fighters that like it takes. Like Joyce is a perfect example. Hasn't fought for a long time. Let's not discredit what he's done in the past, but it's like, well, what have you done lately? What have you done? Like, okay, your last win was a loss. You ain't come out, but so then people are automatically discredited him already.
It was a bad loss as well, really.
Yeah, it was.
But is it a case of he's not getting the opportunity, or is he turning it down?
This is what I mean.
This is what I want to understand with him and Frank Warren.
I think Frank. I mean, if you got to look at it from Frank's point of view, like I said, as much as I love Joyce, he's a little bit one-dimensional. He just walks forward. He soaks up the punches.
Fights.
He is in good fight, and I still want to see him in fights. But it's more the fact that he's just looking at how he can progress fighters now. And if you looked at Joyce now, you tell me how you can progress him as a fighter, because he's not going to suddenly gain crazy footwork and become a fighter that's going to run around the ring and box someone's head off.
Yeah, but he beat Parker, didn't he? So he
beat Parker, but that was the old Parker. Now Parker's been renewed now.
The Parker 3.0.
This is Parker Fury. This is Parker Fury now, man. So
you had Turkey Al-Sheikh on there. He's speaking in Arabic, so I'm not gonna even try and do some Arabic here, but when it was like Street Fighter, I'm like I got that one. And then when the interpreter came up, he was like, yeah, we want to make the idea behind this poster with AJ and NGANNOU.
I'm seeing that actually.
Is to make it like street fighter. It's almost like a guy, like a big kid who's just got a whole load of money. It's just like,
listen, when there's people out here playing football with like a championship manager, like PSG and Man City with real money. It's like they can do it.
True.
I think that's the thing. You got to think about in the UAE. Some of the guys have like oil money and deep pockets and whatnot. They can do what they want. The world is their playground. Whatever they envision, they can do it. So the fact they've got they had that Riyadh season, the last card, absolutely amazing. Like, to be fair, it's one of the best cards I've seen in the last decade. And you can only do that when you've got money. Imagine you bought Queensway and
Matchroom.
Yeah, Matchroom together. That's
it's
impossible.
crazy, isn't it?
It would never happen. But it's like,
and they're talking about this Matchroom versus Queensby card as well. You might have missed that, Eric, but they're saying about Matchroom's best fighters versus Queensbury's best fighters.
Oh, that's
going to be amazing.
that's crazy.
I'm here for all of that.
Fantasy matchups start coming into play. Then you're thinking, actually, I'll get Yard on there versus I think maybe like Spider or something like that. I would have said Boatsi, but Boatsi, I mean,
it's tied up.
It's tied up in some legal.
Another episode.
But, you're right. But one of the dangers of this that I was thinking about is what happens when they get bored boxing, or if they get border boxing, because it's the latest flavor, isn't it? Boxing for the Saudis.
Yeah.
What happens if they suddenly think, actually, you know what? I'm not feeling boxing anymore. I want to do horse racing or volleyball or something.
Here's the thing,
what happens then? Like
thing.
this, the tap turns off, and does that leave boxing in trouble?
No, I'll say this right. These guys are wise enough to know ROI. They know where they're going to put the money. They know their return on investment, and they're going to get their return on investment. Especially if you're like, say, one of the first people to corner this market. That's you. Like, I'm pretty sure there's some other people in that nation that they've cornered the F1 market. No one gets involved. That's them. Same thing with equestrian and horse racing.
They've been in
golf.
golf as well.
Exactly. So now you got these guys. Your Excellency, I forgot his full name. He's yeah. There you go. Your Excellency. He's cornered the boxing market now. Yeah. So like he can do what he wants, and also you've got two very clever guys in Eddiehearn and frankwarren who have experience here. They know that they're making money. They're not gonna let this ship sink anytime soon. They're like, whoa. Even if they put a limit of like, we've got 5 years in this, let's milk 5 years as much as we can.
Well,
they're smart to do that. Like,
this is paying for Frank Warren's retirement, you know.
There you go. Listen.
He ain't retiring.
I wouldn't be surprised if the whole marketing trajectory plan strategy is out the window now. It's like they probably thought last 2 years ago, what's your 10-year plan? We're gonna do this fight in Wembley, this fight, and so and so. Saudi came in, changed the whole rule book, ripped it up. You know what? Marketing plans have changed now. This is the direction that we're going. This is what we're gonna do. These are our new partners. This is who we're working with. Share prices are probably going up through the roof now. They're laughing. Everyone's happy. But
one thing we haven't really touched on, what about fans that pay their money to go to matches, like these fights in person? You've got your UK crowd, very passionate fan. They want to go and see these fights in person. Like, I don't know what the average price of a plane ticket to Saudi is. Like, I mean, I'm guessing it's a lot of money.
However,
so what happens to those fans who want to go see their fighters fight?
On that note, I was listening to TalkSport the other day. They're getting a little plug on our channel. Look.
We'll give them a plug. Yeah, they need the numbers.
We'll give them a plug. They need them. Yeah. And there was a guy who called up, and he was an older gentleman, and he said, what am I going to do? He said, like, my one dream was to go see, like, say, AJ fight.
Yeah.
And he said, I can't see me doing it now. I'm too old to get on a plane. I can't get on a plane. So now what is all the fights going to be? All the big fights are going to be over there now. So yeah, I mean, it's gonna. This is the danger with it. This is the danger.
They can't forget where it came from.
Exactly.
I get it. I do get it. But let's be honest, right? Just say you got a fight at Wembley. Yeah. Wake up in the morning. Some of us will shower. Do what we need to do.
Some of us will shower.
Some of us. I'm saying some.
I mean, there are some mornings I wake up. I'm like, bit of
not
links.
today, Sam. Not today. Bit of links. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then you know you go watch the boxing in Wembley. That's it. You come home. But I reckon what style you're offering is the experience. Like you go there, it's probably like things beforehand. Everything's probably near the venue. All the celebs are there. Star-studded events.
Is the atmosphere the same though?
It's like you certain atmospheres you'll never change. Like I'll take football for example. Certain like grounds they say atmosphere is electric. You'll never understand that, you know, unless you're there. But then you got like say someone like say that has a lot of money. It's not. You're probably right.
Not the same feel, is it?
It's probably not the same feel because the atmosphere and the energy is money and not passion.
Yeah.
Like you know with money in the room, some people kind of like they shy down because there's money in the room. Let me behave accordingly. But then you got like say you might be just take the example. You might be like with your mates, and you know that you're going to give a bit more different energy because you're more closer. You know they're more passionate about what you're into.
They pipe up a bit more.
Yeah, and you're a bit more relaxed in certain areas. You know what I mean? But it's one of the experiences we'll probably never know unless we go Saudi. But it sounds like from what I see on TV, it's a spectacle. It's an event. You get the pyrotechnics, you get the artists come down, the music, probably a few shows going on. So it looks good on TV. It looks great on TV. To be fair,
yeah.
And I think it's an experience. And you know, to the poor gentleman that called up who said was a bit older, he couldn't get on a plane. It's unfortunate. It is unfortunate, but sometimes where there's money and the money's to be made, people think business first and pleasure second.
It's true.
It's sad, but yeah, we'll just have to see how it plays out. Just final thoughts on that. And actually, before we go, because we've got like 2 minutes, Beterbiev versus Callum Smith. Can't leave without just touching on it. We wanted to do a separate video. We didn't get a chance. The Beast done it. He beat Callum Smith, but props to both guys, put on a good show. Callum Smith got up twice. We tipped Callum Smith to win. We went with our guts. We broke it down.
My bad.
Even at the end, we were saying we don't know how it's gonna happen, but we think Callum Smith's gonna win. It didn't happen. He gave it a good go. Beterbiev, just again a beast. Like there is
a monster.
I would love to do a separate video on this. I just don't think we're going to get a chance to do it.
But
there were some suggestions and hyped up things from Eddiehearn about he's almost superhuman, but I think that's just hate. Yeah, promoter talk, hate game. But yeah, sorry. Any thoughts before we dip out?
I didn't watch the fight, unfortunately, but I will say this: where does the Beast go from here? Then?
Well, it looks like this brings us in a big circle back round to Saudi. It looks like they're fighting to get that made, and that may be in Saudi. So
maybe it probably is. It's probably done already. It's
probably done already. Yeah.
I think you're right. So, but I think we'll have to leave it there.
Turkey Al-Sheikh. He cheered, I think, when Beterbiev won because he wanted to make that fight.
He wants to fight. He wants to set him up with people. Yeah. But yeah, I just thought we'd just touch on that briefly. Yeah. But anyway, it's been great having you on the show, Eric, again, getting you back and getting your thoughts.
Never sure.
Baz as well. Say it. I mean, what should the viewers do?
What should the viewers do? I mean, if you like what we do here, we try to bring a different take to take a take to the scene. Hit that
like
subscribe button.
Smash it like or smash that button or punch that button. Punch the button gently. Punch the button.
And then if you haven't seen it,
subscribe gently.
Watch this video up here and all.
Yeah. Watch all the videos and subscribe and don't be a fool. Just subscribe and hit the like button. So we're getting the algorithms. All about the algorithm thing. I'm out.
It's too much.